Hello again. And John DFW is first, and Yoko Tsukuni 007 is second in the ballpark. Hey, guys, it's been a while. Good to see you. Everybody's been super consumed with the upcoming Fields of Dreams League and trades, and Steve Tate is back. So, yeah, so all good stuff. Let's see what else has been going on. Not much, just that. Everybody's been meeting in Discord and noticing tonight very quiet in Discord, so thought maybe do a game or just chat around or something. So wait till a few more folks get in here. We'll pick a couple teams and just let them face off in a little game here of out of the park baseball. Why not? Why not? No big projects or anything yet. So hope you guys are doing well. If anybody wants to come on the mic as well while we're doing the game, I'll put the link in a little bit. So, but I'm going to be a nice guy and check Discord or check YouTube and see who else might be broadcasting. And if somebody else is going, well, there you go. So Jester's doing something about war, like his war room or something. And that's pretty much it, which is all good. It's all good. All right. All right. So neat video here on why drawing and quartering was finally banned in England back in the day. So that's exciting. If you're into that sort of thing, there you go. All right. Anyhow, back to it. All right. Well, you know what? I'm just going to pick two teams and we'll just play them. So let me see. What do we want to hear? What do we want to do here? Yeah. I have no idea. Let's do, let me see. How about we do 1952? I don't know. Dodgers and the Dodgers killed everybody then. Yeah, Dodgers Giants. There we go. All right, that's good. So yeah, why not? Always a great rivalry between those two classic teams, classic franchises. All right. So good. Hopefully everybody is doing well. And let's go ahead and just have a little bit of fun. This is going to be a little one game. So the 1952 New York Giants and the 1952 Brooklyn Dodgers. Should be fun. Ready to install the latest Windows updates. No. Go away. Not really feeling it. All right. Here we go. Definitely some good players on both sides. So let's play ball. We're just going to let the AI do everything. So it's going to be Sal Magli taking the hill for the 1952 Giants against Carl Erskine, known as Oisk. So on the season, Sal Magli was 18-8 with a 2.92 earned run average. Carl Erskine, 14-6 with a 2.70 earned run average. So let's play some ball. All right. So for the visiting New York Giants, leading off at shortstop, Alvin Dark, batting second in center field, Willie Mays, batting third in left field, Monty Irvin, batting cleanup, third base, Bobby Thompson, batting fifth in right field, Don Mueller, batting sixth at second base, Davey Williams, batting seventh at first base, Whitey Lockman, batting eighth and catching, Wes Westrom, and pitching and batting ninth, Sal Magli. For the hometown Brooklyn Dodgers, leading off at shortstop, Pee Wee Reese, batting second at second base, Jackie Robinson, batting third in center field, Duke Snyder. This is a loaded team. Batting cleanup at catcher, Roy Campanella. Batting fifth at first base, Gil Hodges. So the first five hitters in this Dodger lineup, all Hall of Famers. Batting sixth in right field, the Reading Rifle, Carl Furillo. batting 7th in left field. Andy Pafko batting 8th at third base. Billy Cox and Carl Erskine pitching and batting 9th. So, and on the other side, of course, you got Willie Mays, Monty Irvin, players not to be trifled with, certainly. Alvin Dark, pretty good player. Let's do this. Hopefully. There we go. All right. Welcome to Ebbets Field. Welcome to Ebbets Field. Was reading some really, really fun stuff about Ebbets Field today. Maybe we'll talk about during the broadcast. So Alvin Dark will lead it off here, hitting 301 in the season, 73 runs batted in, 14 home runs. And let's take a trip around Ebbets Field and see if we can find Hilda Chester. We can find Eri the truck driver and some of the other characters here. Apple Annie. We'll talk about Apple Annie a little bit. This park opened in 1913 in the Flatbush section of Brooklyn. And we're ready to get underway. Erskine into his windup in the 0-1 pitch to Alvin Dark. Dark number in front of the plate. Pouncing on this one is Roy Campanella and fires to first to Gil Hodges in time for the putout. So score that one 2-3 if you're scoring at home. Willie Mays steps in to say, hey, kid, 236 in the season, 23 ribbies, 4 home runs. So very, very early in Mays' career. Erskine ready to deal now to say, hey, kid, the 0-1 pitch. Mays pops this one high on the infield. This one could bring some rain. Waiting for it, calling for it, and bring it down into the glove is Jackie Robinson. So 2 up, 2 down for the Giants here in the top of the first. Monty Irvin, there's Big Clue. He says, great night for baseball. Let me know if anybody wants to come on. I will definitely put the link in the chat. Be nice to have somebody along for the ride. Here's Monty Irvin now in 1952, the left fielder for the Giants at 310 with 21 runs batted in and 4 home runs. All right, there is Bernie Buckshot. Buckshot said he thought he'd be first. And Jamie, good to see you. Bernie, good to see you. Looking forward to broadcasting with you. Will Tool, welcome in. Bernie, I'm looking forward to Saturday evening to broadcast with you. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really, really happy to do that. All right, here is Monty Irvin. Oisk with the wind and the pitch. Irvin swings this one line to left, but coming in and drawing a beat after it is Andy Pafko. The New York Giants go in order. We go to the bottom of the first here at Ebbets Field, and it's the Giants nothing and the Dodgers coming to bat. So one of the really, really fun things about Ebbets Field, there were a lot of sort of embarrassments that Charles Hercules Ebbets sort of dealt with from opening day onward. Well, one of the things was that when they built this ballpark, they had originally neglected to build a press box. So the press had to sit on the first few rows of the second deck behind home plate. And so you can imagine with rowdy Brooklyn fans looking over their shoulder as they were writing, it took a lot of abusive fans. And there was one of the early Brooklyn Dodgers faithful fans. Her name was Apple Annie, an elderly woman who was a rabid Dodger fan and apparently didn't like what a sports writer was typing out and literally whacked him with an umbrella. So we'll have some more tales about Ebbets and some of the characters. So Apple Annie, may your memory be eternal up there in the Ebbets Field in heaven. Probably the first mention you've ever gotten on YouTube. All right, Hall of Famer Pee Wee Reese leads it off here at short. Pee Wee Reese in 1952 with a 272 average, 58 runs batted in, 6 home runs. And in fact, tonight, Pee Wee Reese is going to be our player of note. All right. So Bernie says, so happy you're broadcasting. He needed something to break his addiction to the Fields of Dreams League. Love it. John DFW says, Beatles did a random debut league, and 18-year-old Rogers Hornsby was #1 draft pick. Nice, as he should be. Good one, John. Mike Silva is here. Welcome in, Mike. All right. So we are going to feature Pee Wee Reese and we will hopefully find out how he got his nickname. But Buckshot, if you want to share that, please do. Again, if anybody wants to come on the broadcast, let me know, and I will pop the link in the chat. All right. Decided to do some 1950s baseball tonight to break it up a little bit. All right. Reese digs in now. Sal Magley peers in, has the sign from catcher Wes Westrom. Here is the wind and the 1-2 pitch. And Reese swings on this one, and this one driven deep to left, and forget about it. This one over Lucky's Taste Better sign in left center field. This beautiful Ebbets Field, recreated lovingly by our own Mike Silva. 365-foot shot by Pee Wee Reese, and the Brooklyn Dodgers out to an early 1-0 lead here, baseball fans. So the poor sports journalists had to deal with sitting in the first rows of the upper deck of Ebbets Field for the first 16 years. Right? So imagine that, right? So until it opened in 1913 until 1929, sports writers had to sit with the fans, and this was a rowdy ballpark. Baseball writers have said that Ebbets Field was not only part of Brooklyn, it was Brooklyn. This is where all the Brooklynites came together, and looking across the river, there was the skyline of Manhattan, and Brooklyn never chose to be part of New York City. It was forced into it in the 1890s. And so at the time, Brooklyn, of course, the only franchise that was part of a city, but was once its own city. So in 1952, so a lot of Brooklyn pride, a lot of great baseball here, and a lot of, shall we say, a lot of comedy played out in this venerable old ballpark that sadly met the wrecking ball just a couple seasons after the Brooklyn Dodgers brought home their one and only world championship. DeCubs Bear says, was the sports writer Annie hit named Ken Castro? It could have been. The Buckshot says that Pee Wee Reese got his nickname because he was a champion marbles player when he was a kid, and Pee Wee is a small marble. Well done. All Mike's parks are great. They are indeed. Yep. So here we go. Pee Wee Reese, of course, you guys know the great story of him and Jackie Robinson, but we'll relate it to maybe the few people who don't a little later in the broadcast and when we do our little read-through. Speaking of the great Jackie Robinson, here we go. So with a 1-0 lead, Jackie steps in. Jackie hit 308 in 1952, 75 runs batted in, 19 home runs. By this time, Branch Rickey had allowed Jackie to no longer not retaliate. And Jackie Robinson, perhaps the most courageous man in Major League Baseball. Wes Westrom sets up. Sal Magley has the sign. Here's the 3-1 pitch, the ever-dangerous Jackie Robinson. And Jackie Robinson gets on board, and Jackie can unnerve a pitcher. Accounts of a game where Jackie pretty much got on with a walk and scored by stealing bases all the way around. All right, so Jackie aboard, and here's one of the greats of all time, Duke Snider, center fielder. Snider, 1952, with a 303 average, 92 runs batted in, 21 home runs. Lord Judgment, 1818, cool nickname, joins us here at Ebbets Field. If anyone wants more Brooklyn Dodgers history, watch Brooklyn Dodgers Ghosts of Flatbush. Great stuff. I totally agree with you. Big Clue says a lot of comedy plays out in Manchester's ballpark. It's not called the Red Boat Follies for nothing. As Lord Judgment continues about Ghosts of Flatbush, fantastic documentary. Yeah, I saw it, and definitely that recommendation is amazing. And thank you for reminding me of that great documentary. All right. Lefty Snider on, the dangerous Jackie Robinson dancing off first base. Magley takes a peek at Jackie, peers in, ready to work, and he comes home with it, and Snider lines this one into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Jackie had to hold up to make sure that ball wasn't caught. So the Dodgers with 2 hits, a run in and 2 on, and it brings up the great Roy Campanella, who faced a lot of prejudice on his own. So half African-American, half Italian. Italians didn't run into a lot of crap in Brooklyn, certainly, but in other cities. And of course, Campanella having to shoulder not only the prejudice toward Italians and African Americans, but also the fact that he was part African American, part white. So Campy, one of the great ones. A 269 average, 97 ribbies, 22 home runs for Campanella. Nobody out. The Dodgers with one in here in the bottom of the first. Red Barber taking the day off here. Sal Magli deals the 0-2 pitch to Campanella. Campanella, this is going to be just a little pop-up to short, and Alvin Dark will call it. Infield fly rule in effect. So one away, and here's Gil Hodges. Took too long for him to get in the Hall of Fame. 254 average for Hodges, 102 runs batted in, 32 home runs. Gil Hodges in 1952 had a terrible batting slump in this otherwise this great Dodgers team. And so it was during the season, early in the season, that a priest during Mass, it was a really hot day, or so the story goes, and told the congregation, look, it's too hot. We're not going to have a homily today. Just pray, be aware of your sins, and pray that Gil Hodges gets out of a slump. And that day he went 4 for 4 and went on to have a pretty fine season. All right. So nice story about Gil Hodges. That actually would go into 1953, not 52, but don't know when we'll see Gil Hodges on this channel again. Magli deals. Here's the 1-1. And Hodges crushes this one out to right field. Liner, but right to Don Mueller. So got some good timber on the ball, but Mueller played him perfectly. So 2 up, 2 down now for the Reading Rifle. Furillo had was initially resistant to Jackie Robinson making the big club, but then sort of changed his mind after seeing the great play that Jackie Robinson brought to the Brooklyn Dodgers. So the Reading Rifle, 247 average, 59 runs batted in, home runs. A cannon for an arm out there, a rifle for an arm. Magli deals. First pitch swinging. Furillo swings on this one, and this one lined to center field, but the Say Hey Kid makes it look routine. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on, and the Brooklyn Dodgers lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. David Lando joining us at Ebbets Field, saying hi as he watches this in bed. Just incredibly tough and long day. Well, enjoy it, my friend, and fall asleep to some Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Giants baseball. Sean is here, going to watch the game from the family room, so I'll be silent as the laptop is not in working order. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully it will. Lord Judgment saying you're very welcome, and thank you for doing these old games. We can't forget our history or the Giants of this game, and that's what this channel is about in this community, and that means a lot to me, your thank you. It really does. They shouldn't be forgotten. You're absolutely right. All right, here he is, the man known in the previous season in 1951 who hit the shot heard round the world, Bobby Thompson. So the Dodgers in 1951 cruising along, all of a sudden went into a swoon, and the Giants got hot. And it came down to a deciding game between the Dodgers and the Giants, and it was Bobby Thompson that put it away. And of course, the great Russ Hodges call. And a little bit of trivia, I've mentioned this before on the channel. If you watch the first Godfather movie, even though Sonny Corleone is killed in 1945 on the Causeway, but the game that's being broadcast at the toll booth there at the Causeway is the 1951 Dodgers-Giants game. So a little bit of fun trivia for you there. All right, so Bobby Thompson, his numbers look like this in 1952, a 270 average with 108 runs batted in, 24 round trippers. Carl Erskine with the 2-1 pitch. He winds and fires. And Thompson swings on this one, and this one's going to be a hard shot over to Billy Cox, who makes the long throw across the diamond to Hodges for the 5-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down now for Don Mueller, the right fielder for the Giants, hit 281, 49 runs batted in, 12 home runs. Oist with the 3-0 delivery to Mueller. Mueller swings, and this one just a high fly ball, medium deep into left field, and backing up and pulling it down is left fielder Andy Pafko. So 2 up, 2 down now for Davey Williams. Williams hitting 254, 55 ribbies, 13 home runs in 1952. 1-0 Brooklyn leads. The 1-2 pitch to Davey Williams. Williams swings and line drive out toward right field, base hit. He's not going to win a. He's not going to win a suit from Abe Stark. Nice time to talk about this advertising that we see out here. Certainly a great job by Mike Silva. But one thing that was kind of interesting to stand out about it, and Mike, I don't know whether he was able to do this on purpose, but the signage in Ebbets Field was not straight up and down. And so it sort of leaned back a bit. And so when there were pitching changes, you would see outfielders kind of just going back and sitting down and leaning against the great advertising here. The Abe Stark sign used to be higher before this, before the scoreboard was here out in right field. And Abe Stark, a lot of players were hitting it on the fly. So the sign was actually made smaller, and you had to hit the ball on a fly to win a suit. So you couldn't hit it on a bounce. So a little bit more trivia. When this moves away, the Schaefer board sign, or the Schaefer scoreboard, when there's a hit for the Dodgers, the H in Schaefer, right, for Schaefer beer, would light up. If there's an error, the E would. The Dodgers decided to have their own or have a Schaefer person come in and operate that scoreboard, so they wouldn't have to pay their scoreboard operator extra just to light up the E and light up the H. So again, so many fun things about Brooklyn, or about Ebbets Field, that just wanted to share. All right, David Williams aboard, and here on first, and here's Whitey Lockman. Lockman hitting .290, 58 runs batted in with 13 home runs. So, I don't know. I kind of like everything not popping back up at me, Mike. So this one, hard grounder to third, and they are going to go to second and side retired. So nice play there by Cox. The Giants pick up a hit, and that is it. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and it's still Brooklyn 1, Giants nothing. Yeah, I know that that these things can all disappear. I kind of like them up here. I'm just so used to playing out of the park that way. But there we go. All right. But again, what a beautiful, beautiful, what a beautiful ballpark that Mike did here, isn't it? It's really great. Let's actually, we'll get on to our initial camera view, and let's go behind the batter just to get a look at things just for a minute. Is this it? There we go. So a nicer look at Ebbets Field. So this had a very, very, very long. You had to really drive it out to left field, but down the lines when this was originally built, it was 299 feet down the first base line. So this park fit into exactly one city block, and so when they expanded Ebbets Field, they expanded it as much as they could, adding more upper decks. At one time, when Ebbets was originally built, this out here, these stands didn't exist yet. So you just had this kind of big open view. So these were added later, and eventually there was just no way to expand out on Ebbets Field, as Charles Ebbets had bought this city block, had purchased this city block. And that was part of the reason why Walter O'Malley was looking to build another ballpark in Brooklyn. He's always maligned for being the person responsible for Brooklyn moving west. It actually wasn't. It was Robert Moses, who was the city planner for the city of New York. And plans were presented for this really very modern, for the time, looking ahead. It was like a sort of geodesic dome type ballpark to be built. O'Malley found great ground in Brooklyn to build the ballpark. Moses said, nope, but you can build it in Queens. And O'Malley says, this is the Brooklyn Dodgers, not the Queens Dodgers. And in the meantime, of course, Los Angeles had been wooing Brooklyn, and the rest is history. So Walter O'Malley maligned for decades and decades, when it was really politician Robert Moses. All right. So anyhow, great looking ballpark here. I want to make it a habit every once in a while of showing off these great ballparks that Mike's created here. So we can look at things here. There's our pictures. Doesn't that look great? The uniform mod of his as well. Just great stuff, man. Love it, love it, love it. So looking out from the dugout. There we go, another view of Ebbets Field, one of my favorites. All right, let's get back to our wide camera. Magley now ready to deal to Andy Pafko. Pafko, little weak grounder out to second. Pafko, decent speed, but they're going to get Pafko with not a problem. Williams up with it, fires on to Wadey Lockman. Yep, Lord Judgment saying that Robert Moses killed the Dodgers and got the ballpark he wanted in Queens after all. Truly a shame. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. So, but hopefully Mr. O'Malley, of course, Charles Ebbets, to help finance the field, had to go into a partnership with two other people. Ebbets died, I believe, 1929, somewhere around there. And basically then the story of Ebbets Field was the wrestling of ownership and the club and everything like that, which certainly didn't help matters any. Of course, one of the most famous fans is Hilda Chester. We'll get to her, but I want to talk quickly about a gentleman named Ari the Truck Driver. So Ari the Truck Driver was interesting. So this guy would show up to Ebbets Field and just scream torrents of abuse at Brooklyn Dodgers players when they messed up. And, well, at that time, they were also the Brooklyn Robins. Of course, the famous story of 3 Brooklyn Robins on base, on the same base at the same time. Anyhow, apparently, Ari the Truck Driver was so virulent that in an effort to silence him, the Brooklyn Dodgers had given him a season pass. Now, I don't remember what season it is or anything like that. So Ari tried it, right? The deal was he wasn't allowed to yell abuse, anything like that, and he could get into every Brooklyn game for free. Well, the season wears on. Ari the Truck Driver just decided he could not hold his tongue and gave back the season pass and then returned with all the abuse heaped at Brooklyn Dodgers players. So much fun. You know, this is one of the places, if I could go back in time and see a ball game, I would love to have been just to see a game at Ebbets Field. You know, Hilda Chester, the Dodger Symphony Band, Ari the Truck Driver, Apple Annie, all these great characters. And just a little anecdote about the Dodger Symphony Band in a little bit. All right, Wes Westrom sets the target now for Sal Magley, who will face Billy Cox, Carl Erskine, and then back at the top of the order in Pee Wee Reese. Sal Magley has walked a batter thus far. The 3-0 delivery to Billy Cox, hitting a .259 clip in the season, and this one missing outside. Second walk issued by Sal the Barber Magley, and Billy Cox is on board with decent speed. Here's Oysk now. Hit 152 in the regular season, batted in 2. Magley sets and fires. Billy Cox is off to the races, but not wasting any time is Wes Westrom, and he will gun down the erstwhile Billy Cox. So 2 down here, and the count even at 2. Erskine swings and misses. That's the inning. Brooklyn picks up a walk, but that runner was erased, and we go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's the Brooklyn Dodgers 1 and the New York Giants 0. And what a heated rivalry this was. Be Wes Westrom, Sal Magley, and Alva Dark to bat. Dwayne Martz, welcome in. So Mike wants his artwork seen, damn it. This is very, very accurate, too. So the brass rail out there, of course, we talked about the Abe Stark sign, Calvert. So good stuff, and how this park sort of evolved vertically through the years. So in the first game, the inaugural game was an exhibition game in 1913 against New York and against the Yankees. And I think they were the Yankees by then. They might have still. I think they were the Yankees. Anyhow, so everything said, all the pageantry, the opening of Ebbets Field, and they couldn't find the flag. Somebody had to actually go and scrounge around and look. They forgot to raise the flag on the flagpole. So again, in an earlier Ebbets Field, that flagpole was actually out here and was in play. So again, fun stuff. fun stuff about the Brooklyn Dodgers and Ebbets Field. All right, so Wes Westrum hit 220 on the 1952 season, 43 ribbies, 14 home runs. Here's the 1-2 delivery by Oysk. And Westrum swings. This one just a soft fly ball into left field, pedaling in on it and making the catch is Andy Pafko in shallow left. So 1 up, 1 down now for Sal Magli. Magli, just an 0.72 batting average with 1 run batted in 1952. Erskine deals to his mound opponent. The 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Magli looks at called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice curveball dropped in there by Erskine. We're back at the top of the order now for shortstop Alvin Dark. Giants have 1 hit in this game, and the Dodgers 2. So nice tight ball game here in the early going. The 1-0 delivery now to Dark. Dark swings. This one was a little outside, a little slow roller to short, and plenty of time, though, for Pee Wee Reese. Out number 3, and Pee Wee Reese is our player. So we're going to take a moment here and get the Biographical Encyclopedia of Baseball, and we're going to talk about Pee Wee Reese. And so as a reminder, Mike Silva had asked a question last night in the Discord. So this is not just players from the dead ball era or players from long bygone ages. So for those of you who might be interested, this has modern players, old-time players, all kinds of players. Great book. I'm telling you. Miss it at your peril. eBay is your friend for these great old baseball books. All right, settle in, grab a beverage. This Hall of Famer deserves this write-up. All right. His real name was Harold Henry Reese, and he was born on the 23rd of July, 1918, in Akron, Kentucky. He died on the 14th of August, 1999, in Louisville, Kentucky. He made his debut on April 23rd, 1940, with the Brooklyn Dodgers. He was a righty both ways, 5'9", 175. Pee Wee Reese had a knack for providing just what the Dodgers needed to win. At the right moment, he would bunt to start a big inning, turn a tough double play, pay a timely mound visit to a faltering pitcher, hit a key single or even a home run, or steal a base to put an important run in scoring position. Whatever it took. In a golden age of shortstops such as Marty Marion, Phil Rizzuto, and Lou Boudreau, Reese often outshone and even outlasted them all. He played at least 140 games in every year from 1941 to 1956, except for a 3-year stretch in military service. He consistently made more putouts, stole more bases, and scored more runs than any other shortstop in the league, and helped the Dodgers win 7 pennants in 16 seasons. Reese grew up in Akron, Kentucky, and earned his nickname as a kid because of his expertise at shooting marbles. His baseball career began in 1938 when he signed with the last-place Louisville Colonels of the American Association. In 1939, he spurred them to a pennant, leading the league in triples and stolen bases. At age 19, he was already showing enough leadership to be called the Little Colonel. Red Sox boss Tom Yawkey was impressed with Reese and planned to have him replace Joe Cronin at short, but Cronin returned from a Louisville scouting trip with a negative evaluation of Reese. Gee, I wonder why, huh? Many of Cronin's contemporaries thought that the veteran shortstop was afraid of losing his job, but his assessment had led the Sox to sell Reese's contract to Brooklyn for $75,000. Reese's major league career got off to a poor start. He broke a bone in his heel, and when he returned to play, Cincinnati pitcher Jake Moody beamed him. Reese hit .272 in only 84 games that season. In 1941, he hit .229 and led the league with 47 errors. And in the World Series against the Yankees, he hit .200 and made 3 errors. But by 1942, he was an all-star for the first of 10 consecutive years and led the National League shortstops in both putouts and assists. Military duty interrupted Reese's ball playing. In the Navy, he played on the same team as Yankee Phil Rizzuto. Their manager, Bill Dickey, played Rizzuto a third and gave Reese the shortstop job. When Reese returned to Brooklyn in 1946, he quietly inspired his team in perhaps his most important show of leadership, and this is what I was going to get to, so here it is. The Kentuckian welcomed Jackie Robinson to the Dodgers in 1947 with a friendly arm around his shoulder. The whole team rallied behind the newcomer, and Reese had the best hitting year of his career, batting .284 with a league-leading 104 walks. The World Series that year against the Yankees was a 7-game affair in which Reese batted .304, drove in 4 runs, and stole 3 bases. With the Yanks up 2-0, Reese contributed a key single to a 6-run second inning in Game 3 to keep the Dodgers alive. Facing elimination in Game 6, Reese chipped in with a double, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and 2 runs batted in as Brooklyn evened the series. Despite his contribution, Brooklyn went down to defeat in Game 7. In 1949, Reese led the league in scoring, crossing the plate 132 times. The Dodgers won the pennant again that year, but the Yanks continued to dominate in the World Series, winning in 5 games as Reese's .316 average and team-leading 6 hits went for naught. In 1952, he led the National League in stolen bases with 30. The Dodgers again won the flag and again fell to the Yankees in the World Series. Reese hit .345 in the series, tying Mickey Mantle and Duke Snider for the most hits with 10. The Dodgers seemed to be making a comeback in the 7th inning of Game 7 when they loaded the bases with 2 out. The Yanks second baseman Billy Martin made a heads-up running grab of a pop-up by Jackie Robinson to put an end to Brooklyn's hopes. Reese, who had been on first, had already crossed the plate when Martin caught the ball. Wow. So Reese was 37 years old when the 1955 season started, but he still scored 99 runs. The Dodgers won the National League flag by 13.5 games, and when the Yankees won the first 2 World Series games at home, history appeared to be repeating itself. But the Dodgers knocked Bob Turley out of the box in the 2nd inning of Game 3, and when the dust cleared, Reese had driven in 2 runs and Roy Campanella 3. A solo homer by Campanella, a 2-run shot by Hodges, and a 3-run blast by Duke Snider gave the Dodgers a victory in Game 4. Roger Craig's 5-3 win in Game 5 put the Dodgers in a position to become the world champs for the first time ever. But the first 6 Yankees up in Game 6 scored 5 runs against Carl Spooner, sending the Dodgers to Game 7. Reese led off the top of the 6th inning with a single and scored to give the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the 6th, first-year Dodgers manager Walter Austin brought in Sandy Amoros to play left for defensive purposes. The Yankees were threatening with 1 out and 2 on when Berra lined a drive deep into the left field corner. Amoros made a remarkable one-handed catch, then spun and threw to Reese, whose accurate relay easily doubled Gil McDougald off first. Johnny Padre stifled another Yankee threat in the 8th, and the Dodgers came home as world champions. In 1957, the 38-year-old Reese played most of his games at third base, and Charlie Neal moved to short. Before the start of the next season, Walter O'Malley moved his team to Los Angeles, and the great era of New York City baseball came to an end. Reese played a few games for the West Coast version of the team, but he retired to become a coach for the 1959 season. He teamed with Dizzy Dean as a popular play-by-play duo on NBC. He later returned to Louisville, where he had business interests, including an executive role with Hillerich and Bradsby, the manufacturers of the Louisville Slugger bat. Reese was elected to the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee in 1984. In 1997, the Society for American Baseball Research awarded him its Hero of Baseball Award. So there you go. So for Pee Wee Reese, 2,166 lifetime games, 8,058 at-bats, 1,338 runs scored, 2,170 hits, 126 home runs, 885 runs batted in, an OBP, lifetime of .366, slugging average of .377, and he batted lifetime .269. So great Pee Wee Reese. There you go. And, of course, the story about the arm around the shoulder happened during a particularly nasty game. Jackie Robinson was subject to so much abuse. I believe the game was it was either Cincinnati or Philadelphia. Somebody can correct me on this. It was one of the two. And Pee Wee Reese actually walked over and it was Cincinnati and put his arm around Jackie Robinson's shoulder. And I think that changed a lot of minds. It really, really did. And, you know, before the 1947 season, Pee Wee Reese, a Southerner, you know, they talked to him and they said, well, what do you think about this Robinson guy coming up? He can possibly take your job. And Reese said, if he's good enough, he's welcome to it. So a lot of love there for Pee Wee Reese. A lot of love. All right. Yes, he was indeed being jeered by the crowds. Philadelphia. Thank you. I knew it was either Cincinnati or Philadelphia. So Cincinnati was the scene of the Black Cat debacle. But so Pee Wee Reese, and nice to know too. I mean, great defensive shortstop who could steal some bases and deserves his place in the Hall of Fame, definitely. All right. Now, usually our player of note does well in the game. Pee Wee has a solo home run in this game, so he's already done well. Magley delivers the count full to Reese. And Reese is going to be on the bases this time with a walk. All right, so here we go. Pee Wee Reese at first. Here's Jackie now. The 1-2 pitch to Robinson. Robinson swings. He walked his last time up. Just a little flare to first base, and Whitey Lockman will come in and grab it. Reese scampers back to first. Duke Snyder now. Duke Snyder has a hit in as many tries. The 3-1 pitch to the Duke of Flatbush, and he draws the walk. So Magley having trouble finding the strike zone now. Pee Wee Reese at second. Duke Snyder trailing him at first. Here's Campanella. Swing of the bat. Could put a serious hurting on the Giants here. The count full on Campy. This one inside. They're going to pitch around Campanella. So fifth walk by Sal Magley. And here comes Gil Hodges. Gil Hodges with 32 home runs in 1952. The 0-1 or the 1-2 pitch coming to Hodges. And that one right down the heart of the plate. So Magley making a nice pitch, daring Gil Hodges and bringing the fastball. Power versus power. And that time Magley wins. Here's Carl Furillo now needing a safety to try to do something here. Bases jammed with Brooklyn Dodgers, and all three of them on their own base, by the way. Pee Wee Reese at third, Duke Snyder at second, and Campanella at first. Magley to deal the 0-2 pitch. Furillo swings, and looks like Magley and the Giants are going to get out of this one as Williams comes in and puts it away for out number 3. No runs, no hits, 3 walks, 3 left on. But Brooklyn holding on to that 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the 4th inning. So as we continue, opening day is this Saturday for the Fields of Dreams League. And I, for one, very, very happy to hear that. And I'm sure just about everybody else is too. There's been a crazy blizzard of trades going on. And I think this season has been simmed probably 175 times. All right, here we go. Hank Thompson. So we have a pinch hitter already for the Giants. Hank Thompson's numbers in 1952, 260 clip, 67 runs batted in, 17 home runs. Again, anybody wants to join, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. Oyska delivers. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hank Thompson. And the lefty swings. This one, routine grounder to second. Easy play for Jackie. On to Gil. So 1 up, 1 down here for Hall of Famer Monty Irvin. Irvin 0 for 1. 175 sims just by Bernie, right? Monty Irvin swings on this one. Fly ball, but coming in and covering the range you would expect him to is the Duke of Flatbush. Snyder brings it down. 2 up, 2 down. The Giants still only managing just 1 hit off of Oysk thus far. Here's Bobby Thompson. The 0-2 delivery from Erskine to Thompson. Thompson chases one outside of that strike zone. Big curveball. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Brooklyn 1 and the Giants 0. Dan Burke, my favorite Irishman. Slancha, welcome in, Dan. Good to see you. It's first broadcast in a while. And good to see Dan Burke in here, fellow Baseball for Windows fan. All right. Andy Pafko will lead things off here for the Brooklyn Dodgers, followed by Billy Cox and Carl Erskine. Magley with 2 strikeouts and 5 walks. So Magley, a rocky inning, but managed to getting out of it with no damage. The only scoring by Brooklyn in the bottom of the 1st on a Pee Wee Reese home run, and that has been it. So tight little pitcher's duel here, but Giants are going to be watching Magley very closely as he had some trouble finding the strike zone. All right, count full on Pafko. And that one missing inside fastball. 6th walk issued by Sal Magley. So we'll keep an eye and see if Brooklyn gets anybody up in the pen. Here's Billy Cox now. Magley checks Pafko at first. The count full. Magley missing the strike zone. That is 7. Don't know if he's maybe, looks like there might have been a little wince on that last pitch. I'm not sure, but he's going to stay in. And here comes Carl Erskine. Magley would like to turn 2 right here. Erskine 0 for 1. The delivery, and Oysk shows bunt and misses. The count 1-1. Erskine bunts this one foul. The 1-2 pitch. Erskine tried to hold up and to no avail. So the changeup, and that will be the 3rd strikeout for Sal Magley. 1 down, but we swing around the top of the order. Pee Wee Reese, 1 for 1 solo shot plus a walk. Magley deals the 0-2 pitch to our player of note, and Reese is going to dump this one into right field for a single. Just as the read-through said, Reese would come through with that needed hit. So the Dodgers have loaded them up again here. 2nd time in this game. This time would like to capitalize. Jackie Robinson now strides to the plate. Duke Snyder awaits on deck, and Roy Campanella in the hole. So Magley looking to turn 2 here. Jackie Robinson not known for hitting into double plays, baseball fans. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch to Robinson. Jackie swings, fly ball, center field. This should be deep enough to score the 2nd Dodger run, but nope, they're going to hold. So Walter Alston says, Andy Pafko, stay at 3rd. So the Dodgers endangered of leaving him jammed again. Here is the dangerous Duke Snyder 1 for 1. The 1-1 pitch, the Duke of Flatbush. And I mean, Snyder crushes this one deep to left and just over the Schaefer sign. Open the window, Aunt Minnie, and have yourself a grand salami sandwich. Goodbye, Mr. Spalding. Duke Snyder goes yard 353 feet. A grand slam, 5-0 for them bums. Let's have a look at that one again. Wow. Snyder going opposite field on this. Have a lot of power both ways. And, yep, just over the fence. Tomorrow, that's going to read like a Mickey Mantle shot. And that will be all for Sal Magley. Hoyt Wilhelm will come on now in relief. Wilhelm's numbers in 1952, 15 wins, 3 losses, 159 1/3 innings pitched. He surrendered 127 hits, 43 earned runs, 57 walks, 108 strikeouts. Wilhelm, 2.43 earned run average, and he will face Roy Campanella now with 2 down and the bases empty. The 1-1 pitch to Campy, walked his last time up. Campanella swings, hard ground ball to 2nd, and that one gloved easily by Williams. Williams will go to 1st to retire Campanella, but the Dodgers get 4 in the 4th. It's 5-0 as we head to the visitors' half of the 5th inning, as Lord Judgment 18 says, the Duke. Absolutely. Guys are still talking about Dan Burke. First, let's get back to Dan, because he says just played a couple of baseball for Windows games. Superb. And then the trades continue. Bernie, like a post-game auction of Ricky Weeks, the first person to offer more than a tube of Gold Bond. Buckshot says, I would trade James Fields for Weeks, but I'd never be able to sleep again thinking about how you took advantage of Bernie. Nice. All right, here's Don Mueller now. And then David Williams and Whitey Lockman for the Giants. Giants have a lot of work to do. Erskine has struck out too. His defense has been doing a great job for him. Erskine deals to Mueller. And Mueller swinging first pitch. Line drive past short into center field for a base hit. So the Giants with their second base knock of the game. He's going for 2 as the ball gets away from Duke Snyder. And that's going to be an error on Duke Snyder. So score that a single and an E8. And the Giants have a runner in scoring position. It brings up Davey Williams, who's 1 for 1 in the game. Prior to Don Mueller, Davey Williams having the New York Giants' only hit against Carl Erskine. With the 1-1 pitch, here comes Erskine. And this one is going to get away from Campanella. They're going to score that a wild pitch. Now Oysk having some issues. So Campanella running back to the backstop, and Don Mueller now is perched at 3rd. So the Giants looking to break the goose eggs here in the top of the 5th. Williams back in the 2-2 pitch. And David Williams swings this one, line to third. Nice play by Billy Cox. And Mueller started to come down the line, had to get back in a hurry. Not a lot of speed there, so could have gotten doubled off. So good heads-up play there at the hot corner by Billy Cox, and good running there by Don Mueller to get back to third. Whitey Lockman now, nothing for one. One down, 5-0 Dodger lead. Count full on Whitey Lockman. Lockman swings at one inside. And this one grounded out to Reese. Reese, ranging to his left and in one fluid motion, fires on to Gil Hodges for the second out of the fifth inning. Catcher Wes Westrom. Count full on Westrom. Here's the pitch. Westrom takes ball 4 outside. Fastball missing. So the New York Giants with 2 down here in the fifth. Runners at the corners brings up Hoyt Wilhelm, who came on in relief of Sal Magli. Wilhelm hit 158 in 1952 with 2 runs batted in, including a home run. The 2-0 pitch now to Wilhelm. And Wilhelm hits this one hard to right field near the Abe Starks line, and making the catch is the Reading Rifle for out number 3. So the Giants strand 2. We go to the bottom of the fifth. The Brooklyn Dodgers 5, New York Giants nothing. Bernie says he's too busy simming the Fields of Dreams seasons after Clue sending Gorman Thomas to Canada. Thomas batting 157 July 22nd. So remember, guys, Saturday, opening day of the Fields of Dreams League. It's going to be a lot of fun. 24 franchises in this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Gil Hodges, Carl Furillo, Andy Pafko due up for them bums. Hodges 0 for 2, looking for that Priest to pray for him again. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and Gil will draw the walk. So Gil Hodges at first, and it brings up Carl Furillo. The Reading Rifle is nothing for 2. Wilhelm, with a check of the runner, Hodges has the sign from Westrom. Here's the pitch, and fly ball into right field, and nice catch, and a throw from right field. And Mueller almost doubled off Gil Hodges. Nice play out there. Let's have a look at that really, really quickly. Just do it as a regular replay. So watch right field. Good, strong tag there, or good, strong peg, I should say. All right. Andy Pafko now, nothing for 1. Beautiful day here at Ebbets Field. The 0-2 pitch to Pafko. And Pafko, hard ground ball, bouncer to second, and eating up the ball is Davey Williams, but he's not able to get Andy Pafko. So infield hit, and brings up Billy Cox. So the Giants, or the Dodgers, making noise again here. 5-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Billy, so far, 0-0-0, and Billy Cox sends this one high in the air to center field, ranging to his right and pulling it down is Bobby Thompson. So 2 away for the Dodgers for Carl Erskine. Hodges at second, Pafko at first. Wilhelm delivers. The count full. Erskine swings. This one just a routine grounder to short, and Alvin Dark will fire on to first to retire the side. So the Dodgers strand 2. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Brooklyn 5. The Giants nothing. Of course, if you've seen the Ken Burns documentary, you know that Vin Scully tells a wonderful story about Hilda Chester. So she had the cowbells, ring the cowbells, and I guess a large woman and a deep booming voice. And so Vin Scully was sort of under the tutelage, if you will, of the great Red Barber, longtime Brooklyn Dodgers broadcaster. And so he said it was a quiet day at Ebbets. Really, Dodgers, not winning, and kind of just a small enough crowd, not a lot going on. And he said, all of a sudden, this voice booms out all over Ebbets. Vin Scully, I love you. And it was the great Hilda Chester. So you can find pictures of Hilda ringing her cowbell, and I bet you she was a grand old dame to know. How about it? All right. Can you think of any ballpark really that had so many characters and so many amazing stories as Ebbets Field? Of course, there's a little Easter egg that deals with one of the Brooklyn Dodgers, specifically Babe Herman. There's a little Easter egg in the movie The Natural. So when Bub Bailey loses the fly ball in the sun, of course, is very cloudy. Babe Herman actually gave that, of course, a great bat, not the best fielder or base runner. In fact, it was Babe Herman part of that 3 Dodgers on 1 base debacle. But Babe Herman had said it was a routine fly ball, and he said he lost it in the sun. So if you're a fan of baseball history and know that story of Babe Herman, you would have recognized Bump Bailey echoing the great Babe Herman. All right, Alvin Dark, Hank Thompson, and Monty Irvin due up for the New York Giants. Carl Erskine ready to deal now. Rain starting to fall here. Well, and that was a quick little rain delay. All right, here's the 0-2 pitch. That was a quick little passing shower. 0-2 pitch to Dark, and Dark grounds this one deep to short, and giving chase is Pee Wee Reese, and firing onto Gil Hodges. 1 Giant up, 1 Giant down. For Hank Thompson staying in the game, playing center field. Erskine with the 1-1 delivery. Thompson grounded out his last time up, and this one just an lazy fly ball to right field, and the Reading Rifle will pull it down. So good morning, good afternoon, and here is Monty Irvin, 0-for-2. The count full with 3-2. The pitch coming into Irvin. Irvin will look at this fastball, just missing the outside corner. And the boos here at Ebbets Field remind me of yet another story. So the great Casey Stengel, who hit the first home run in Ebbets Field in regular play, a lot of booing during a game. It directed at Casey Stengel. So, of course, the boo birds were out. And what did Casey Stengel do? He had a bird, a live bird hidden under his cap, came out, doffed his cap to the crowd, and the bird, sitting perched in his head, flew off. So great story about the old professor. I think he was 22 years old or something like that. Strange to think of Casey as a 22-year-old. The last thing then, the Dodger Symphony Band. So contrary to popular belief, and this was something that the Ken Burns documentary didn't quite get right. So the Dodger Symphony Band, they were not just people who picked up, they were not non-musicians. They were actually musicians, but they purposely played off key as just being part of the fun of Ebbets Field. So, when opposing players would, make an error or just do whatever or strike out, there's the big clash of the cymbals and just whatever. They would march through Ebbets Field playing music. So the musicians union actually tried to force the Dodgers, right, to pay the symphony, the symphony band, saying, well, no, we have to have union musicians in here. These guys aren't union musicians. And the Brooklyn Dodgers kind of just scoffed back at them and said, but we're not paying them. So the symphony band also, for a while, they didn't know what to do with these guys. So they were kind of forbidden in the park. The symphony band still managed to sneak their instruments into the park, and after a while became welcome and truly, truly unnerved opposing teams. So I hope you guys like some of the anecdotes about Ebbets Field. There's certainly a lot more about Ebbets Field and about the Brooklyn Dodgers. And to me, in a lot of ways, I think both Ebbets Field and the Brooklyn Dodgers, even though the Dodgers are not Brooklyn, they're not my favorite team or anything like that, I think they epitomize all the things that I love about baseball. Great characters, and as much as you can make fun of them, some immensely talented players played in Brooklyn. All right. So let's get this game done. All right. Bobby Thompson batting with Monty Irvin on first and 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Carl Erskine with the 1-2 pitch to Thompson. Thompson swings. This one grounded to short. They will turn 2. No, they will not. They don't need to turn 2 because there was 2 outs. That's why we need Red Barber in the broadcast, the old redhead. All right. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, and it'll be Pee Wee Reese. We're back at the top of the order. Jackie Robinson and Duke Snyder. Buckshot says, I got a fever, and the prescription is more cowbell. Of course, getting that nice reference to Blue Oyster Cult Saturday Night Live and Christopher Walken. So you can't listen to that song without thinking of that, right? So, yep, get those managers' files made and submitted, says Jamie. So Bernie can't get my team out of his head. I understand why, says Sean, world's worst gamer. All right, Hort Wilhelm still on in relief. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pee Wee Reese is lining this one to right field, and Pee Wee Reese has been on base all 3 times today. Home run. Oh, 4 times, right? Pee Wee with a single, a home run, a walk. So Pee Wee's been busy out there. All right, our player of note doing it up, as we love to see it. Love to see Jackie Robinson do something here. Hoyt Wilhelm with a 2-1 delivery. Jackie swings. This is grounded to short, and they are only going to get 1 as Reese's hard slide breaks up the potential double play. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th brings up Duke Snyder, and we know what the Duke did. Grand slam back in the 4th. Jackie dancing off first. Snyder swings in the first pitch, and Ebbets will hold this one. Soft liner out to center field. Angling it up is Hank Thompson, and center will bring it down for out number 2. Jackie scampers back to first. Roy Campanella, nothing for 2. The 1-1 pitch. And there goes the runner. They got Jackie Robinson dead to rights this time. So the caught stealing ends it for the Dodgers here. We go to the top of the 7th. It's still Brooklyn 5 and New York nothing. Erskine pitching a 2-hitter. Don Mueller, Davey Williams, and Whitey Lockman do up for the Giants, or as Dwayne likes to call them, the stinking Giants. And I should get Dwayne Martz on here because it's a New York Giants game. But I know he's probably has to work tomorrow. It is 11:30 now at night. So we'll try to keep this at a normal length broadcast. Since no one wants to come on, we'll just keep going. All right. But just in case, we're going to do this. If somebody wants to come on, let me know to maybe finish out the last couple innings. Boop, there it is. If anybody wants to do that, just click on the link and you can join us. A little bit of fun here. Don Mueller now. So Mueller 1 for 2. So only 2 hits off of Erskine, and 1 of them belongs to Don Mueller. The 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Mueller swings. This one lined right to second base. Jackie Robinson pulls it in. Nice play. Robinson had to move to his right pretty quickly on that and makes a nice play on that little bullet. Buckshot says we'll chat after the game. Sounds like fun. All right, here's Davey Williams 1 for 2. He has the other Giants hit. Erskine pitching a fine one here. The 0-1 delivery to Williams. And David Williams hits this one deep to center field, back and at the track. Duke Snyder making the running catch, making a tough catch look routine. One of the premier center fielders of his day, along with Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle. All right, Whitey Lockman now. 2 down. Here's the pitch. Lockman, first pitch swinging. Weak little grounder, roller to short, and Lockman is going to have himself an infield single. So Pee Wee Reese, and the incredulous cries here at Ebbets Field, but Reese wisely deciding to hold on to the ball, not rushing his throw, not with a 5-0 lead. All right, here's Whitey Lockman. No speed at first. Wes Westrom now 0 for 1. The count even at 2 on Westrom. Westrom swings, and he's going to tap this one out to left field and right into the glove of Andy Pafko. So the Giants strand 1, 7th inning stretch time here at Ebbets Field. And it's the Brooklyn Dodgers 5, the New York Giants nothing here in a little exhibition in 1952. Got me some, what is this here? Glaceau, the 9.5 pH water. Good stuff. It's, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. So my 3 favorite drinks in the world: water, Tullamore Dew, and Guinness. Life is good. All right. Occasional lemonade is fine, but, you know. All right, it'll be Roy Campanella, Gil Hodges, and the Reading Rifle, Carl Furillo, do up for the Bums here in the bottom of the 7th, holding a nice 5-0 lead. Wilhelm with a 3-1 delivery to Campanella. Campanella swings, 2 bouncer out there to second base, and Davey Williams has it for the 4-3 putout. So 1 up, 1 down now for Gil Hodges, nothing for 2. Speeding this game up, the 0-2 pitch. Hodges looks at 1, a knee buckler that cuts the plate in half. Nice knuckleball there by Wilhelm, recording his first strikeout. So 2 Dodgers up, 2 Dodgers down for Carl Furillo, nothing for 3. The 1-0 delivery lined out his last time up. Furillo is going to line this one into center. Could have thrown that ball. Couldn't have thrown that ball in a better place. So single, and that is the 7th hit for the Brooklyn Dodgers. So Furillo aboard for Andy Pafko. Left fielders 1 for 2. The Dodgers own 7 hits. Pafko is going to line this one out to third. And it's going to be, they're going to get the lead runner. Looked like he pulled the second baseman off the bag, but no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on. Let's go to the top of the 7th inning. And it's the Brooklyn Dodgers 5, the New York Giants nothing. Bob Elliott will come in as a pinch hitter. So Hoyt Wilhelm's day is done. We'll look at his performance at the end of the game rather than looking at the box score now. Bob Elliott's numbers, limited play time, 272 at-bats in 1952, 62 hits, 10 home runs, 35 ribbies, and a 228 average. So Elliott trying to get something going here for the Giants in the top of the 8th. Erskine looking pretty strong out there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Elliott swings, fly ball deep to right field toward the Abe Starks line and short of the track, and making the catch is the Reading Rifle. 1 up, 1 down for the shortstop, Alvin Dark. We're back at the top of the order for the Giants. 0 for 3. The count even and 2 on Dark. Here's the wind and the pitch. And Alvin Dark, routine grounder to second base. Making the pick and the play is Jackie Robinson. 2 up, 2 down now. Hank Thompson, nothing for 2. The count even on him. Flied out to Furillo his last time up, and strike 3. Erskine picks up strikeout number 3. The Giants go in order, and we will head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Ebbets Field. Larry Jansen will come on and pitch now for the New York Giants. Jansen's numbers in 1952, 11 wins, 11 losses, 167 and 1/3 innings pitched, 183 hits, 76 earned runs, 47 walks, 74 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.09. He'll face Billy Cox, Carl Erskine, and Pee Wee Reese. When we get to the Giant 9th, we'll see Monty Irvin, Bobby Thompson, and Don Mueller. Jansen has finished his warm-up pitches, and we are ready to go. Billy Cox cuts in the first pitch. This one lined down into the corner and to left field. Is Cox going to go for 2? Nope, he's going to stop. Making a fine play out there in left field, Monty Irvin, but 8 hits now for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Billy Cox on first. Here's Carl Erskine. Think they're going to let him swing away? Nope, he's going to show bunt and bunts back to the pitcher. Sacrifice complete. With this kind of score, I think I would have allowed Erskine to swing away. Why not? Billy Cox moves into scoring position, and we're back at the top of the order. Pee Wee Reese, 3 for 3, including a home run and a walk. Jansen deals to our player of note, and Reese is going to send this one high fly ball to right field, but this will be an out. Don Mueller finally retiring Pee Wee Reese, who should get player of the game. However, Duke Snyder with that big grand slam may have something to say about that. We could have a co-MVP. Jackie Robinson bats with 2 down. Chris Slovic joining us here, as well as Tex Aggs. Yep, that's some high-quality water. You got that right, Mike. So, not a good showing for the Giants. Oh, my God, Dwayne Martz is waiting in the green room. Gents, welcome in. Dwayne Martz, he hates the Giants. Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, bud?
Not bad.
Yeah. You sound a little tired, down. What's up, Dwayne?
It's been a terrible week.
Yeah, well, it's almost over, right?
Yeah, that's the good part.
That's the good part.
Day.
One more stinking day. I got 2 more, and then
do you? You got to work Saturday.
Yeah, I only have off Sunday because the next week I've got a Monday through Friday bullshit training for a job I've been doing for 5 months, and it's like they do it from fast backwards. It's like I know how to do this. Yep, but if you want to pay me what you're paying me to sit for 36 hours that week or 30, whatever, I'll do it. And working a
Right.
6-day week. And the way FedEx does things is, so, most companies, if you're paid hourly, anything over 40 hours is like time and a half or whatever. At
Right.
FedEx, it's in any day that you work over 8 hours, they
That's
will
how the
pay.
state is.
Yeah, I love that. So
Yeah.
I
Now, when I
figure,
worked at Staples, I
yeah,
bitched. I'm not saying that was just me, but I bitched.
right.
They had a 3-12 schedule. You work 3 days, 12 hours.
Uh-huh.
They, when I got there, they made you work the extra 4 hours before you start getting paid overtime. I'm like, that's bullshit.
That is
You're the
bullshit.
one that's scheduling the 3-12. I'm not. So when I
Yeah,
come in on my day off, I got to work 4 hours before I start getting time and a half, and they agreed and started paying
that's
after
nice.
36 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see over there automatically when you work a day off, it's time and a half for the whole day. So it doesn't matter how many hours you've worked if you work on an off day there. So for all the crazy stuff that goes on there, it's a good job,
I
man. But
wish I got
it's
time and a half.
insane.
I'd never be at work if I got time and a half.
But you're not but you're salaried though, right?
Yeah, I get straight
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I
I
wish
know
I
what
was,
that's
in a way,
like.
I wish I was straight salary, but we
It's,
earn time. I just
oh, you
can't.
earn time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't just call in and say I'm not coming in tomorrow. All my work's done. I got to burn time. So you earn time and you burn it. If we were strictly salary, then I wouldn't care about earning time.
Thing is, though, man, I was straight salary and I worked at Penn State and University of Michigan, which means, and I for Penn State, like I left. I used to be the curator of the maps collection, and then went to work for the IT. I was an IT manager, and man, that was awful. I was pulling 70-hour weeks,
Oh,
and
that's
oh
the difference
Jesus,
with the state.
that's
It is
terrible.
crazy that most salary jobs you work more than 40 hours a week. Where
Oh yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
state it's not. I mean, with being in the prison, it's not. If I want to go in there and only work 8 hours, I only work 8 hours.
yeah, yeah. It's just, uh, I
I
don't know,
haven't been
man.
getting
I'm
out
just,
of work on time.
oh,
Stupid
what's
stuff's
that?
still
What's
happening.
getting out of work on time? Man, I don't even know what that means, Dwayne. I hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Nobody.
it hasn't
I'm
been
jealous
good.
of people that have Monday through Friday 9 to 5 jobs,
Yeah,
man. Bankers hours. It's like, geez, how'd you land that? Right? Who'd you sleep with?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I haven't been getting out on time.
Well, man, you got to be happy with this game so far. Giants being uh, subject to a 3-hit shutout thus far.
Yeah, it is crazy, isn't it?
All right, let's see what Jansen does here with Jackie on. Jackie at bat. Billy Cox is second with 2 down and a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Jansen kicks and fires the 1-0 delivery, and this one shot over to short, and this should be a nice routine play. And Alvin Dark indeed turns the 6-3 putout. So the Dodgers strand one in scoring position. Dwayne, we go to the top of the 9th. Are you watching on Discord? Are you seeing this in real time?
I've seen this in real time on stream. Remember?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So why don't you
Yeah.
call this one?
No,
Yeah,
you're
call
good,
this.
man. Go for it.
Dude, but you can take
I'm
the
good.
Giants to defeat. All right, buddy, it's all good. Just miss hearing you. Just miss hearing you, man. All
Yeah, I'm
right,
going to
here
do
we go.
stuff over the weekend.
Looking forward to it.
I was
I'll
going to do
be able to
stuff
catch
this
some
week, but
Saturday afternoon.
we're coming home late. It was just a pain in the butt.
Oh, I hear you, man. I hear you. All right. Hey, Slash Deep Gaming is in here. And Christopher Slug says, why I love this chat. Union Fire mixed with baseball. Damn right. All right. Monty Irvin here is sitting on the
Talking about
0 for
Union,
2
I watched
bubble.
a good documentary about Hoffa the other day.
Oh man, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hoffa. I like the movie Hoffa with Danny DeVito and Jack Nicholson.
Oh, that is a good movie. Yeah.
But have you seen The Irishman?
Yes.
Al Pacino does a great Jimmy Hoffa.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So I love that movie. Love that movie. I hear you paint houses. But yeah, that Hoffa movie with Danny DeVito and Jack Nicholson is brilliant.
Yeah, they're saying that Hoffa got killed because he became an FBI informant.
There's so many
What this
things about
documentary
Jimmy.
came down
Yeah.
to.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, though, is he pissed off the mob,
He
even
pissed off
without being
everybody.
yeah, right. And he
Yeah.
thought he was untouchable, and they're
Right.
like,
And there
don't
for a
mess
while
with
he
these guys,
was
right?
because
Yeah,
everybody was happy.
yeah,
And old Fitz, he was pissed off. Fitz was let. One thing about Hoffa, he used the mob and the mob used him. It wasn't a one-way street.
Oh, of course, of
He
course.
made money for the Teamsters with the mob. Now,
He
like I
did.
say, he was definitely dealing with the mob, but the
Yeah.
Teamsters made money because of it. He wasn't a fool, and they wasn't running him. Yeah,
Right.
and they
The
was
thing
running
is, though,
Fitz.
he crossed Russ Buffalino, and Buffalino was that was a Don you didn't mess with. And well, Jimmy is
Yeah,
wherever
they
Jimmy
said they had
is.
gotten a fight with him in prison's what started it all.
Ugh, yeah, just crazy stuff,
Yeah,
man. All right, Erskine deals. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Monty Irvin, who walked his last time up. And Irvin sends this one deep to left field. Back. And this one 5 rows back. And the Giants in the top of the 9th finally get
get
on the
on the board.
board. Hall of Famer Monty Irvin goes yard 379 feet as Dwayne Martz, the Giants hater, joins us here in the broadcast booth. And they are none too happy here at Ebbets Field. The Boo Birds are out. Let's have a look at that home run again. So Monty Irvin gets his money's worth in this, 100 miles an hour off the barrel of the bat. And she soars into the gloaming here at Ebbets Field, about 7 rows back.
Just missed an upper decker.
Yes, he did. Goodbye, Mr. Spalding. Touch 'em all, Monty Irvin. 5-1 your score here. Nobody out. Yep, exactly. And here he is.
Yeah.
Bobby Thompson, shot heard around the world. The 1-2 pitch from Thompson. He hit that in 1951. Yes, Thompson crushes this one. What do you think? Big arcing shot, back-to-back home runs. Carl Erskine, who is pitching a shutout, has now just given up back-to-back home runs to the hated Giants. And it is 5-2, 390 or 89 feet for Bobby Thompson.
Put one in their ear now, Beatles.
Oof, what's that?
With OTP, you can put one in their ear now.
I know, right? I should switch this and be the next batter.
Yeah.
Let's have another look at that one. So Action PC needs to get needs to add that intentionally. So this is a big arcing shot here, but yeah, just intentionally being batters.
You're right.
Because yeah, the Red Bolt Nation pitchers would be, or their players. We can bruise them up pretty well, right? I think it'd be.
I've even talked about hitting poor Mick in the legs.
Oh, that's cold.
I know. That's how bad MV's got me now.
So, so Sean says, "Oh my God, I'm telling you what. Okay, yeah, fine. I know I don't have any damn because I don't like surf shit that I'm gonna get stuff. Oh my God. Anyhow, thank you, Windows Defender. So John Dave W asks, wonder what these old players would say about exit velocity. How about it? Sean giving us the pun of the night that the pitcher felt the full Monty that time. Big Clue says about the Red Bolt Nation of One, just take out Mantle and the whole roster falls apart. Shots fired. Shots fired. All right, still nobody out. And Carl Erskine pitching a shutout into the 9th now gives up back-to-back jacks. Let's see what Don Mueller can do with 12 home runs in the season. He's 1 for 3. Oisk deals. Here it comes. Mueller swings in the first pitch, far from a home run, twisting foul on the third base side. Calling for it and making the catch is Billy Cox. So 1 up, 1 down now as number 6 hitter Davey Williams steps into the box. The second baseman is 1 for 3. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Williams. And Williams chases one outside that curveball. So Erskine has done that to a few batters, dropping the hammer outside the strike zone, getting the Giants
he
to
also
chase.
knew he was a switch hitter besides a big hitter.
Oh, my. All right, it's down to Whitey Lockman to try to keep this alive for the New York Giants in this little exhibition game. And here we go. Here's the pitch from Erskine to Lockman. Lockman swings. This should be the ball game. Running in hard and making a diving catch to end it is Duke Snyder in fine Duke Snyder fashion. And what a game Duke Snyder's had. The Brooklyn Dodgers take this one from the New York Giants. Let us look at our little game recap. All right. So sweat, blah, blah, blah. So when you do these things, you don't really get the fun write-up that you do. Unfortunately, let's see. So who should be player of the game, guys? Should be Pee Wee Reese or Duke Snyder? Tough. Let's see. Player of the game, Duke Snyder. All right. So, yeah, big big grand slam. He did it. Sal Magley tagged with a loss. He went 3 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 7 walks, 3 strikeouts, gave up 2 home runs, an ERA, ouch, of 12.127. Hoyt Wilhelm worked 3 1/3 in relief, gave up 3 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. Larry Jansen came in, worked an inning, and gave up a hit. Carl Erskine goes the distance in 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, both on home runs, 2 walks, struck out 4. And that does it. That does it for this little
Man, they're going to have to start
exhibition.
putting in a pitching clock. That was over a 3-hour game.
It was a lot of fun, right? I know, right down at the
Said
bottom.
it was 3 hours and 1 minute. Man, they can't be putting up with that.
Exactly. All right, let me delete this. I don't want to get out of hand here. So here we are. Here we are. Let's get rid of this. Boom. So we may play them again sometime. Those are fun teams to play. I love those Giants and Dodgers teams from the 50s.
That's what came with APA when I got it.
Oh, really? Those 2 teams?
Those 2 teams, yep. The
Nice.
1951 Dodgers and Giants was if you didn't buy nothing, that's what you got.
That's what you got.
Those 2 teams, yeah.
So yeah, Chris, I was thinking about you. He says, "Big Clue, great to see." Let's see. I can start highlighting comments.
Chris, I watched your videos today. I couldn't comment on them because I was at work, but they were some nice games.
Worried about you, Chris.
Basketball.
Big, be safe over there. So he says, "Great to see you from country. Technically at Worth, Iran." Yeah, I've been seeing some not so good stuff. Please be safe, man. Bernie, you are most welcome. So Dwayne, what do you got coming up? What do you got coming up before we?
Well, I got to get back in that 1904 What If World Series.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I've got to make you some thumbnails for some World Series.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah. So 1904, when are you going to be doing that? Is that this weekend?
Yeah, I'll do it this weekend.
Cool.
Might do it tomorrow, hopefully, if everything goes well.
Nice.
I got to go to the bank and all after work, but
all right.
Hopefully I get out on a decent time.
Good. Mike, thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, Dwayne, I'm telling you what, we got to write a New York Times bestseller. We got to hit the lottery. We got to do something because this entire community, we spread the wealth among the community so that we can all stay home and play baseball, whether it's cards and dice or digital. This work is for the birds, man. There are too many,
that's for sure.
Right? Too many games to play, too many what ifs, too many season replays, and we've got to go work. And it's bullshit, right?
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Thanks, Buckshot. We're trying to get Buckshot. He says he's going to do some broadcasts. This guy's got a great voice.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So hopefully he's going to do some broadcasting. So I know Bernie will be, you will be, I will be, Steve will. So we've got 4 at least doing some broadcasts for the Fields of Dreams League, and hopefully some other guys want to step up to the plate. Hint, hint, Christopher Slovic and Mike Silva. So Jamie says it was a good one. Nice watching a game instead of standings. It's kind of fun to watch those things play out, though. So Dwayne with 1904, he's also, guys, going to be doing some red, white, and blue racing, right, Dwayne?
Yeah, I want to get back into that. Like I said, I'm going to do that 85 season. I thought about doing something with Yarborough, but Yarborough's in the 85 season. He had a decent year.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know a lot about NASCAR, but one thing I learned is that just as much as we are like, rabid Pirate fan or Yankees or Red Sox or what have you, so it is with NASCAR people.
Oh, I think they're crazier. They're borderline soccer players.
I think you're right. I mean, he's like, Jeff Gordon. I hate goddamn Jeff Gordon. Blah, 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 or this and that. And
I use the word hate with Earnhardt. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard you talk about Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. There's not a lot of gray area with most drivers. You either like them or you hate them. Yeah. There's a few guys that go through their career where people can say, oh, I didn't mind him. But most of them, like you say, you either like the guy or you hate the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, definitely if you root for one guy, there's 2 or 3 guys you can't stand. Because I grew up, I liked Yarborough and them. And I didn't hate the Alabama gang, but that was like 3 or 4 drivers that was from Alabama.
Right.
And Yarborough was going after them all the time, the Allisons and those guys. And I wasn't an Alabama gang member.
Mm-hmm.
I rooted against them.
Texags has a question about Action PC baseball. Can you assign ballparks by seasons? Yes, you can. He says, every time I switch seasons, I have to go in and edit the ballparks because it's reflecting your most recent season played. So what you have to do, Tex, and I mean, if you guys want, I'll show you what you got to do. It's basically, I don't know why this thing saying my connection is unstable. I'm not unstable. Everybody's hearing. I'm unstable. But basically it's working, and it's the thing that confuses everybody. And we're going to quit the program here, with ballparks and Out of the Park 24. And it's dealing with the park data and the park layout. So let's go to Out of the Park or Action PC 2024. Little sale going on right now. Save 10% on game packages from Dave Cook Sports for baseball and the lesser sports. So you might want to tune into that. There's 1967, which I've not done it. Well, we can actually use 1967 as an example. So there's the Reds and Crosley Field, as it should be. Okay, so when you go to 1975,
you have to get the text off there, Beatles, so they can see it.
Oh yeah, what the hell? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So when you're saying when you go to 1975. It's giving you it's still playing it in Crosley. Yep, I did buy the next level up, Bernie. That's why I can have 27 of you on now. You and Dwayne have actually gotten me away from OBS completely, and I couldn't be happier. I haven't tried it with music yet live, but this looks like it's going to be really simple to do with music. All right, let's bring up the 1975 season because I think I have it installed. I'm too lazy to install a season. You know how it goes. All right, let me see. Bear with me while I scroll through this. I always get like seasick when I do this. Because you see that the way it is like, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if I have to install it, I will. But we got to see what is going on with Texags. We don't want Texags to get upset.
76.
Yeah, 76 works. 75 is in here somewhere, but we'll do 76. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? We wait. You can see it's not set up. I haven't set it up or anything. Let's go to Cincinnati, lovingly known as Porkopolis back in the day. Where'd they hide it? There we go. Oh, see, I'm showing Riverfront. So I'm wondering how you have things assigned. So here's the deal. When you go to modify team, this is where it is. So this is a season, of course, offered by Dave Cook, but I could set this to any park and any year. It just happens to be 1976 Riverfront. Okay. But if I wanted to, I could put the Reds in RFK and I could use 1911 ballpark factors. So this is where you switch it. It could be that if you're, I don't know, it shouldn't be assigning Crosley to the Reds in 1970s. I've never seen that happen. Unless you're using them maybe in like a kind of what if league that you've put together, but this is where you set everything, as you know. Let's try another
Only
season.
thing I can think of, Beatles, is you may have Crosley's pitcher assigned to Riverfront.
That's true. So Jamie or Texags, I'm sorry, if you just hover over the park, there you can see it says Riverfront Stadium. If it says Crosley, then you have the team assigned to the wrong park, or that photo you have there. But in other words, this pop out has nothing to do with the photo. So so I know that they're assigned to Riverfront Stadium. Okay. So I'm really kind of flummoxed as to why that's going on. So let's go back and pick a season with the Reds when they were in Crosley, right? So, God, let me see. They would have been in Crosley. They would have been Crosley in 1934. So let's see where they are in 1934. Okay. And Cincinnati. And there it is. And I hover over it, and it's Crosley Field. So, so again, the thing about Action PC Baseball is ballparks. So when you go to ballparks, the park data thing is the one that can be a little bit weird, a little bit confusing. So up here is where you can set whatever park you want to be the neutral park, and then you have all these ballparks here, and you can add more parks, by the way, too. I'll have to maybe do a tutorial on that sometime on how to add more ballpark names, right? So so this doesn't care. In other words, so the ballpark data part of Action PC doesn't care what team you're signing into. It doesn't matter. I could put anybody into, so we go to,
this might be where
there's
he's got
Anaheim.
the problem.
I think it is. A lot of people get tripped up on this.
Yeah, if you click on Crosby Field, Riverfront might be assigned to it.
Right.
Part.
Right. So let's exactly. So let's go to Crosley, and there's Crosley. All right. And then over here on this side, this is the photo, right, that you're going to use. And then it's park factors. Okay. So this, again, it doesn't matter. So like if you go back to our McGreevy leagues, people, and even in Fields of Dreams, anybody, you can pick, your club or your ballpark, whatever. So once you have this, then I'm going to exit without saving. Then you're going to go into ballpark layouts. All it is strictly is just laying out the ballpark. And again, you can see this one isn't done. It doesn't. These things don't care. What happens is after you get your ballpark set up, then you've got to go in and modify teams. Yeah, so definitely TechSag says maybe doing something wrong. Go back and check it. Yeah, do check it. And we can always do a thing, on Discord or whatever. But working with ballparks in Action PC can be a little bit tricky. And by the way, speaking of ballparks for Action PC Baseball, Mike Silva, I should probably bring him up because they're parody, aren't they? Should I bring him up? I should, huh? Because he made his parks available for Action PC Baseball, right? So let's bring him up. Let's have a little quick tour of Mike Silva's work, because let's face it, he's a rock star. So here we go. We're not going to do them all, but here's American League Park. And then you can see it's, starting to evolve through the years. There's Anaheim. And that's a great Anaheim right there. It's a more modern one. There's Arlington, and of course, Arlington before. Now, the next one is amazing. Once we get to that facade. Oh, I guess we'll get to it later. There's the Astrodome. Thankfully, without those ugly seats. Those ugly seats colors they had there. Fulton County Stadium, of course, we know what that 715 means, huh? April 8th, 1974, Dwayne.
Yeah.
So aren't these great? There's Baker Bowl. Go ahead, Mike or Dwayne.
I was just saying that second picture was with the blue fence instead of that clear plastic type look.
Yeah, that was weird. That clear. I never sort of why. Right? Why did they do that? Dwayne, you're a Braves fan. Why'd they do that?
Anything I can think of is so the bullpen can watch the game.
There you go. That helps. Baker Bowl. I think this is one of Mike's. This is such a nice looking park, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And there we go. And remember, the Phillies use Wife Boy and BO. You're gonna see an advertisement like that these days. There's Baltimore, where my Pirates beat these Orioles in 2 different World Series. Yay. So actually, this is the version of it. I always thought that was really weird that you had this kind of big opening out in center field. This was a weird stadium, right? And they go from this. What's that?
End up closing in with the scoreboard and all.
Mm-hmm. And then you get
There.
there you go, right. And then you go from something like this to something that's so cool. I mean, Camden Yards is such a great one. This is the one. Look what Mike did here. So, and I mean, when they designed this ballpark, this was a nice ballpark that the Rangers had. Why didn't they design this with a retractable roof? They still could have kept this wonderful retro look. I always love the look of this facade out here beyond center field. But according to our long lost Robbie Wartburg, they're using this now as a soccer field, believe it or not. Oh my God. Yeah, the new Texas ballpark is just compared to this. I thought this was a pretty ballpark.
Yeah, it was right after Camden Yards.
Yeah. And there's Bennett, and of course, in Braves Field and what have you. I don't want to do spoilers. You're not doing all. This is nice. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Mike's attention to detail and everything. I love too the texturing on the fields, right? How it changes, right? So you weren't going to get those fancy sort of crisscrossing lawnmower patterns or whatever. I really love what Mike's done here. Briggs, there's Briggs. Look at that. Look at Busch Stadium, and you even had the arches up here to mirror, right, or whatever the great arch in St. Louis. Turf. It's funny because Mike Silva's work is great. Of course, Legends is upset that you can't do turf stadiums in MLB The Show. I love the fact that you can't do turfs. I hated it. And I mean, I think football players hated it, baseball players hated it. So I don't know. Is anybody still even using this crap in baseball?
Not that type. They use that rubber.
So it's a little bit easier on the athletes, I guess.
Yeah.
But look at that.
Looks like tire rubber coming up when they slide across it. Black pellets come up.
So guys, here you go. I mean, Mike has just, talk about a labor of love. And these parks. Wow. Look at Camden, right? Even catching, boy, what a nice job there in the old railroad warehouse out there. And of course, you're seeing this, the part of the Inner Harbor area. So nice. See, now if I was Mike though, so what's that?
Where they moved left field fence back.
I'm sorry. Right.
Yeah.
So another thing about Ebbets Field is Ebbets Field also had a little hill, just like Crosley did and Fenway did. But you can't, again, Mike said that's something you can't really do here because the player would just kind of like clip through. But it had a little hill too. We're just going to show a couple more. These are beautiful. There's the stick where my favorite band played, and this would have been.
That's what he's trying to do out there with that different colored grass.
Yeah.
It's a hill.
Yeah, this is great. And then, of course, like everybody else, not knocking you, Mike. Beautiful parks. I just hate artificial turf. But this is just fantastic work. This candlestick is really nice, isn't it? Look at that, man. Pepsi and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
See, but now if I were designing these parks, I would do things like, you put hated players in the opposite players' park. You know what I'm saying? Like up on the scoreboard, I would do that. So, I would be me. Like, so if I was doing Three River Stadium, I would have Francisco Cabrera in the scoreboard just to be a contrarian. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That's what he did with Yankee Stadium.
Who did with Yankee Stadium, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
He put David Ortiz on the scoreboard.
And here's, of course, Cleveland Municipal. But, guys, you want to see the rest of them, they're available in the Discord. Download them because they're great. They are great. And there's, 164 ballparks. So the principal parks, again, unlike the Out of a Park collection where you don't have them in every year, you still have these parks from 1901 to present, and can have a lot of fun with these ballparks without having to go through all the work. And most of them are in here. I don't mean PNC is not in here, but there's a lot of ballparks in here. So do download them. They're great. Mike's put a lot of work into these. Everybody knows. So let's look at one more, just at random or sort of random or whatever. What would be an interesting park to look at? Let's look at Riverfront. Let's look at one of the cookie cutters. Why not? So there's Riverfront, and also he did a nice job in Three Rivers too. So there's a couple versions of Riverfront and some subtle changes.
I think Three Rivers, he put the championship.
He did because he was asking in the Discord what those little things were out there. So he has both, and you see that now at Park Baseball, and that was one of the things that really I when I first started getting Mike's ballparks. So if you look here, this is what Three River Stadium looked like when the Pirates won the 1971 series. And, you had Mellon Bank Pirates and golf, right? But then the next iteration was this. And this had all the Pirates pennant winners. And you see that's gone. And they added in, these the fancy club seats and what have you. Of course, the nosebleed section stays where it is. Then right before a few seasons before this was demolished, for baseball, they actually just covered these also with all the years that the Pirates won pennants and World Series, just because a lot of people weren't going into the nosebleed seats. And it was also one of the reasons why PNC is a much more intimate ballpark and a beautiful ballpark.
It'd be cool if he could put the TP up in Fulton County Stadium.
Fulton County Stadium. You better watch. Mike is one of those guys, when he goes down a rabbit hole, he's kind of like Steve Tate. He just might do it. You never know. So, but brilliant job.
And you could test the gods and switch the stadium in September.
Oh, yeah.
Like they used to tear the TP down when they was in the freaking playoff chase so they could sell more seats. And they swore the gods, Indian gods, would punish them. And that's why they always choked in September.
That's interesting fact. I haven't put these into Action PC yet because I just got them. So where are they in the Discord? Good question. Wow. Were they in announcements or were they in Action PC? Let me look. Because I saw them. Like, yeah, I'm downloading these. Hells yeah, I am. So Dwayne, yeah, looking forward to some Bizball with you. Oh, yep, they are here. And I'm going to put the link right to the MediaFire link in the chat. Okay. So John DFW, here you go, man. Boom. So go thou. Yes, Buckshot says Ala Park should be paying Mike. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, because they're not doing anything with the ballpark thing. But what they don't need to. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you want to build your own ballparks, but most people just want all the major league parks, and Mike has supplied those. So, yeah, they should, because I think this has really heightened so many people's enjoyment of not only Ala Park baseball, but again, it's funny. And Mike himself was like, "This is cool." He's like, "I'm seeing my ballparks pop up in all these other baseball sims. Right. I've seen people use them in Digital Diamond." Too. So a lot of fun. So there they are, guys. And a big thank you again to Mike Silva. And let's not forget to thank him for the uniform mod. That's strictly for Out of the Park users. And also Mike has been designing uniforms for the Fields of Dreams League. So I don't know if he's still up to doing that, but you might want to hit Mike up if you want a custom look for your ball club before opening day, which I guess is this weekend. Saturday, maybe Sunday. I don't know. Sometime. I guess that's about it, guys. Dwayne, thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, bud.
Jeez, yeah. What time do you got to go in tomorrow?
I'd get up at 5:30. Get there between 6 and 6:30.
Dude, you got to hit the rack.
Right, so we'll see how the roads will be in the morning.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I know. How much are you guys supposed to get?
1 to 3 inches is what they're saying. I'm hoping we don't even get that.
Same here, but you want to hear this bullshit? They already closed the schools tonight.
They did down here too, Beatles.
What is that bullshit?
I don't know.
3 inches and you're like off school?
Yep.
I want to go back to school,
I could
buddy.
see having a delay to make sure they got the parking lots and all cleared,
Incredible. Yeah. You know what? You know what I'm thinking of doing, actually? Switching back these ballparks really quickly before I let you go. I want to put these into strategy baseball. I think they'd look cool in strategy
Yeah.
baseball. Yeah, why not?
Yep.
Because they scale up and down nicely. So why the hell not? Yeah, you're welcome, Jamie. Thank you for coming in. Dwayne, I'm going to say my thank yous, and the first
All
one
right,
is to
guy. You
you,
have a good
man.
evening.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Looking forward to
Thanks
some
for having me, bud.
baseball. You got
Yep.
it. All right, man. All right. My thanks to you guys, all of you for coming in. My first broadcast in a little while. To Jamie, Tex Ags, John DFW, John, a billion thank yous again for our Discord. It's just such a great gathering point for the community. So thank you, John, for everything. Buckshot's going to be doing some broadcasts and looking forward to it. Good guy. Bernie Strom. Thanks, Bernie, for coming in. Subscribe to all these channels, and all these people do wonderful things. Our very own contrarian, and he wears it proudly, and he should. World's Worst Gamer. Sean, thank you for coming in, man. Big Clue. Chris Slovic, one of the great voices in our community. Thanks, man. Coming in. Lord Judgment 1818. You got to love a name like that. Dan Burke, my favorite Irishman and fellow baseball for Windows aficionado. Do we say, well, it's a Mike Silva love fest. So we're going to say thank you to Mike Silva again, to Cubs and Bears. Thank you for coming in, my friend. We see you all too rare. Yoko, also known as Sakuni 007, also known as 007. Second in the ballpark, and John DFW first. Guys, until the next time we meet, yeah, you are absolutely welcome. I think I'm going to do a game offline of the State Collection in Action PC Baseball. Let me show you that to you really quickly, and then I am signing off. This is a fun product from Dave Cook Sports, and yeah, as soon as I find it, it's so cool. It's just super cool. And that means I've got to get down and look for it here. So let me see. They need a way that you can just like search in here, and I wish they did. And I guess I'm not going to find it tonight. Oh well. Anyhow, it's players are put on teams by their state in which they were born, and I can't find it right now. So that sucks. But it's fun. There's a... Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. No, you guys got to check this out really quickly. So our Red Sox fan even created like logos and stuff. So there we go. It's not every state. There needs to be another state here for the ones not represented. But some of these are baseball powers, as you would well imagine: New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Ohio. It's got a strong team here, stuff like that. So this is a product from Dave Cook Sports. And after you're done playing with these as players with states, release them into a draft pool and just do a blind draft and have some fun. All the usual suspects are in here. If they were born here, so I mean, it's a Pennsylvania team. You got Griffey, Hack Wilson, Mike Piazza, Dick Allen, Reggie Jackson, Jack Clark. There's Stan Musial, Campanello, Ripper Collins, Sherry McGee, Hannes Wagner, of course. Bobby Wallace. Got nasty pitching: Ed Walsh, Christine Mathewson, Bruce Sutter, Eddie Plank. This Pennsylvania team, and I put them in PNC Park. Had to. So there we go. So Georgia, Ty Cobb. We can look at Georgia really quickly. Sure, we can do it. Where's Georgia? Georgia. All right. So who do we got here? Frank Thomas, Moise Lou, Mike Cameron, Johnny Mize, Bo Terry, McCann, Nick Markakis, Wally Joyner, Jackie, Jody Davis. I don't see Hank Aaron on here, man. And I don't see Ty Cobb. Yeah, there he is. There's Ty Cobb. But I don't see Hank Aaron. So don't know why. Easy enough to bring Hank Aaron in. However, and if you guys want to know how to do that, I can show you. Pretty easy to bring in Hank. Let's bring in Hank Aaron. So we go to players. We can go to import player. Okay. May impact. I don't care. So these are from the baseball history. This is actually from the baseball history collection. So all you do to import a player from any league that you have. So I'm just going to go in to Baseball Master. which is what I want to look for. There we go. Baseball History Master. And it's probably going to have a heart attack here. I should probably have done something else. Yeah. Import a player to Georgia. So we don't want teams. So we're going to have to do all players, free agents. There we go. There we go. Now, if you wanted to bring him in from another season, just do that. It's got to populate all of this. Okay. And this is a massive, massive database. So Dwayne says he thinks, Buckshot says he was born in Alabama. Then we're doing, Mobile. Yeah, that's right, Mobile. So we've got to wait for this to load up for nothing. But anyhow, if you want to import players, this is the way to do it. So now we've got to wait for this to get done, and we were about to sign off. But yeah, he's from Mobile now that I think about it. And I do think Alabama should be on here. There are a few states not represented, but it's a balanced out league. So because I wanted to create another team or two of, but that's easy to do also from the History Master Collection, because it also has players broken down, and that comes with the Baseball History Master, players broken down by their country of birth. So the Baseball History Collection is an amazing thing. And oh my God. So as the wheel turns, and it doesn't matter how fast your PC is, this is running off an SSD. This is loading a massive database. So John says it was Mobile. Never mind. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let this go ahead and do what it's doing, because this is going to take forever. Guys, thank you for coming in, and we'll see you around the batting cage. Don't forget, opening day. No, you're fine, John. Don't worry about it. Opening day for the Fields of Dreams League is this weekend, so no longer will be just simming out leagues. We're going to be playing some baseball. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming in. We peaked at 21 tonight, so I'm very, very, very flattered and glad you guys enjoyed it. All right. See you guys around. Remember, Friday or Saturday, Bernie Strom broadcasting some dead ball Red Sox. So there we go. Oh, wait. Has it done it? Wait, it did something. Anyhow, you guys know what to do. So, because all of these are free agents and blah, blah, blah. So let's exit this and whatever. That was fun. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you.